Okay, now the fact that this is tape 5 of our true self, the pure energy of self, which is our mind. Okay, the pure conscious mind of energy. To give you an example of what we are able to do, the mind has the power to control matter. It's like, even though it's complex, it's something that we can't just do right away because we're in a debased form in the material body, but the mind is proving to us that it's much more powerful than the body. For instance, that's why scientists even refer to even a person at a genius level only use about a third of what the potential of the mind is. That's because the mind has infinite potential. It controls matter as well. It's a form of energy. It's like we know electrons, everything has matter associated with atoms, and then we know about the fact that you can smash atoms and come up with different quarks and other different forms of the entity of matter. But the bottom line is the mind is the pure force of the universe. We are conscious entities because we have the power to control things with our mind. This world was created by high intelligence. We are part of that intelligence. We'll just, in this world, experience what we want to, like I mentioned in the earlier tapes. I'm not going to get back into that because you can listen to the other tapes to get into this, the details of what I was talking about then. But now what we want to get into is the fact that the mind, since it's pure energy, and we have infinite potential as far as knowledge. The point I was trying to make when I was talking about the remote control device is something that the mind we created. We created a remote control device that we can change the channel of a television station. We can move the volume control. We can push a button and have a robot walk and move. Well, the reason for that is because the mind has the ability to control matter. But we're doing it in the sense of using other energy, but the mind is actually capable of communicating with the atomic level of energy. It's a little bit complex to get into that right at the moment, but I want to get into some things to give you some relative ideas of where I'm trying to go with this. And to get into some of the main pointers is our mind, which is pure energy, has the power to do anything with the right elements. In other words, the elements in the infinite universe have the potential to be commanded by our mind. Okay, that's why talking about the remote that we created. We create TVs, radios, cars, cell phones. Look at the remarkable abilities that what we can do with these devices that we create with the mind. Remember, the mind is behind everything that we create on this earth. That we take control of the elements with, which letting us know that our mind has great potentials beyond what we're doing with these basic devices that we're creating. To give an example, back to the remote. A remote control device sends out an infrared signal in order to cause changes. There's a resonant frequency that decoder device inside your television or whatever device it is, whether it's a radio, receive that infrared light in a resonant frequency. And that resonant frequency responds to trigger whatever you're trying to do, whether it's to change the station frequency by using the fact that it has the microchip with the zeros and ones, the binary codes. The bottom line is all this comes from the mind. The mind is the most powerful thing that you can imagine. So to give you an example, we're pure energy. We can astral travel. It's a lot of things that you don't know what you can do because you're not aware of it. But once you become more aware of these things, you're going to be able to use your power of your mind to do remarkable things. That's why some people talk about deja vu, and we've been to places with the mind. The mind can travel to other cities by concentration. Because remember, the electromagnetic spectrum is energy, and everything has electrons in it. Okay, notice the very relative things. Even in chemistry, we notice that when you look at the chemical chart, the periodic chart is so important to talk about how many electrons you have in different elements on the electron chart. Because these are energies, and we are a part of these energies. Remember, our conscious mind is a powerful energy force that make us conscious in existence. And like I said, the true force. Because of that, you're going to learn from some of the things I'm going to talk to you about how to use the energy of the mind to take control of things by thought. The power of thought is very, very significant because we lead ourselves in our destiny because of our desires. And those desires are controlled by how powerful we can concentrate our thoughts. The more power our thoughts are concentrated, the more we're able to cause things to happen. I'll talk about that in some of the other tapes.